King Charles laid a poppy wreath incorporating a ribbon of his racing colors as well, with the design paying tribute to Queen Elizabeth and his grandfather George VI. On his outfit, the king paid his respects to his mother Queen Elizabeth as he wore the royal cypher for Queen Elizabeth on an epaulette around his shoulders. The gold-plated epaulette had the lettering which stands for Elizabeth Regina, as Regina means queen in Latin. The royal cypher for King Charles was unveiled after the period of mourning for Queen Elizabeth came to an end. King Charles's cypher features his initial C intertwined with the letter R for Rex, which is Latin for king, with a crown above the letters. His Majesty's royal symbol will begin to feature across Britain, and British passports will be updated in the future due to the new monarch. However, postboxes will remain unchanged, and the Royal Mail said in a statement, in line with past practice, following the death of a monarch all existing postboxes will remain unchanged. Postboxes already in production or being prepared for installation will also retain the insignia of Queen Elizabeth II. Royal fans have reacted to King Charles' special tribute to Queen Elizabeth. Image, Getty Images. He wore Queen Elizabeth's royal cypher as a mark of respect. Image, Getty Images. On Instagram, the royal family's social media account posted pictures of King Charles laying down the wreath, with a caption which read, "A wreath is laid at the cenotaph by His Majesty the King." This tradition was started by King George V in 1920, who unveiled the cenotaph, and has been continued by every monarch since. Some royal fans were confused to see His Majesty wearing his mother's symbol in the comments, and one fan asked, "Interesting that the king's coat's epaulettes have the AR crest. Did anyone else notice this?" One commentator said, "Why has he not got his royal cypher on his shoulder and still using his mom's?" Other people also questioned the king's choice and said, "I noticed His Majesty's epaulettes still bear the insignia of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Is that temporary as a sort of memorial gesture following her passing? I'm assuming it wasn't unintentional." Read more. I Am a Celeb's Mike Tyndall's blunt reaction to Meghan joining royals. King Charles was accompanied by Prince William during his first Remembrance Sunday as monarch. Image, Getty Images. However, other royal fans were happy to see King Charles lead his first Remembrance Sunday. One user said, "Brilliant. A fine king we have," while another said, "The photos are so wonderful and show the heart of the royal family." Others remarked on His Majesty following in the footsteps of Queen Elizabeth, as one fan said, "Lovely to see the king follow his mother's example. Best prepared king ever." Another user commented, "His mother and father would be incredibly proud of His Majesty the King today," while another replied, "Always very touching, and more so this year without Her Majesty. We will remember them. Don't miss." Mike Tyndall sparks uproar for embarrassing the royals. Reveal, Harry and Meghan should lose titles if memoir attacks royals. Poll, vote. Meghan and Harry issued 3-word warning about relationship by Aid Insight. This year's Remembrance Sunday ceremony came on the 40th anniversary of the Falklands War. Image, Getty Images. Trending. This year's Remembrance Sunday ceremony came on the 40th anniversary of the Falklands War, and 10,000 veterans marched past the cenotaph this year, with 400 of them fighting in the 1982 conflict. King Charles served in the Royal Navy in the 1970s, while Queen Elizabeth served as a mechanic during World War II and served Britain as part of the Women's Auxiliary Territory Service. Head of Britain's Armed Forces, Admiral Sir Tony Radakin, told Sky News, "I think there's a special poignancy this year with both the loss of Her Majesty, another loss of a Second World War veteran. I also think it's poignant when we have once again the specter of war in Europe and all that that entails, and a country that's been invaded and is fighting for its freedom." Quote,